Friends, this is how the Cineraria is blooming in my garden right now. There are more than hundreds of blooming in one single plant. Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. Friends, today I am going to talk about how to get this kind of heavy blooming in Cineraria plant and how to cure Cineraria plant. Cineraria comes in different colors and they bloom heavily. As you can see in one single plant, more than hundreds of flowers. They come in hybrid variety as well as taller variety, and they bloom from the month of February till the month of April. In colder region, it may bloom till the month of June also. We can grow Cineraria plant from the seeds anytime from the month of November till the month of January. If you don't want to grow this plant from the seeds, you can buy the seedling. Whenever you are buying a seedling, always buy the healthy seedling which is not infected by any pest or a insect. Make sure in a seedling there is more than 3 leaves and roots are well developed. If you are buying a Cineraria plant, always buy the plant which has produced lots of buds and leaves are not infected by any pest or the insect. Sunlight requirement: keep this plant in the area where it gets 4 to 5 hours of morning sunlight and afternoon shade. Cineraria plant does not like too hot weather. Maintain some amount of humidity for the better and more bloom. Potting soil mixture: always prepare a potting mixture which is well draining at the same time which hold some moisture also. Cineraria plants need some moisture for better blooming. More organic matter in the soil encourage more buds and finally more flowers in the plant. I have mixed 1 part of garden soil, 1 part of coco peat, 1 part of leaf compost, 1 part of vermicompost and 1 part of sand, little bit of fungicide and handful of neem cake powder, and made the potting soil mixture. Alternative potting mixture would be 1 part of sand, 1 part of garden soil and 1 part of leaf compost. If you don't have leaf compost, you can use vermicompost or cow dung compost. I have used both sand and coco peat outer. Sand will make my potting mixture well draining and at the same time coco peat will hold the necessary moisture required by the plant. Water requirement: water this plant when the top soil is dry. Cineraria plants does not like to sit completely dry, neither it's like to stay in wet soil. Wet soil may causes fungus and plant may die slowly. So water this plant whenever top soil is dry and make sure that pot has lots of drainage hole so that the excess water drains out of the potting mixture. Friends, this plant becomes quite bigger and it blooms heavily, so it is always better to use 8 to 10 inch of pot. I have used 10 inch of pot out here for growing one single plant. Make sure that your pot has lots of draining hole. Fertilizer: if you have used good amount of organic matter or good amount of compost while preparing the potting soil mixture, you don't need to fertilize this plant again and again. I had used both leaf compost and vermicompost while preparing the potting soil mixture, so I did not fertilize this plant before they produce the buds. Once it start producing the buds, I had mixed 1 spoon of NPK 19 in 2 liters of water and sprayed on this plant. So far till now I have sprayed NPK twice in this plant, and now you can see how heavy this plant is producing flowers. Do not over fertilize this plant. Over fertilizing will result in giving more leaves than flower. The plant will become very big and there will be lots of leaves in your plant and there will be less flowers. So you don't need to fertilize this plant more frequently. If you don't have NPK, you can give a handful of vermicompost or cow dung compost once in a month. Time to time you need to do deadheading in this plant. That means you need to remove the spent flowers so that it produces the new buds and you'll get more flowers in this plant. At the end, when you feel that now it is not going to produce more buds and it's not going to bloom more, keep few flowers in the plant so that you can collect the seed at the end and you can grow the Cineraria plant in next season from the seeds. Friends, we are almost at the end of the April last and these flowers are still blooming in my garden. Once the blooms are over, I am going to show how to collect the seeds of Cineraria plant. Infestation. Friends, sometime Cineraria plants are attacked by caterpillar and leaf miner. Now you can see that my plant has been attacked by leaf miner. Now this is how the leaf has become. So far I have not sprayed any insecticide in this plant. Now it's time for me to spray insecticide in this plant to get rid of this leaf miner. If you don't have any insecticide, in 1 liter of water you can mix 3 drop of neem oil and 2 drop of shampoo and mix it and spray in this plant once in every 15 days to get rid of insect and the pest. Maintain the moisture, do not over fertilize the plant and do not keep this plant in direct scorching heat of summer. Your plant will keep on blooming for long time and it will produce numerous flowers from a single plant. Friends, this is it for today. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Keep watching HR Garden.